Hi folks, Jamie Greene once again from the Off the Couch program, and we just did session 4, one of my favorite topics and something that gets people kind of riled up. The idea that expectations are a major flaw in the human condition, and yet they're inevitable. In fact, you likely have an expectation of sorts just by clicking on this video and wanting to know what has this guy got to say that is worth my 2 minutes. So, you know, we can't get rid of them. They really are part of us. What I believe, though, is that they become this kind of very passive-aggressive, concealed, unconscious way that we keep things inside, project onto others, as we talked about, and just, you know, wait for them to prove that they don't really care, or they're not really listening to us, or they didn't really somehow, you know, have an idea of what we're thinking in our head. What I'm saying is, look, let's take all of that very passive-aggressive crap, and let's be forthright, let's be upfront, and let's turn an expectation into an agreement. So, for example, very simple. When you work for somebody, you have a salary, there are certain agreements that you make up front before you take the job. It's probably contract signed, likely, as to what the hours are you're going to work, what the compensation is, when you're going to get paid, all of those things. It's not just an expectation you have, it's an agreement. It's very clear, it's in black and white. All relationships could be that way. I'm not suggesting you sign contracts all the time, although there is a marriage contract, there are prenups, there are things like that. But I'm talking about simply, rather than just hope and wish and wonder and test people, let's put ourselves out there and take a risk and actually say, okay, here's the agreement that I'd like to. So, you know, when you're fighting, for example, the agreement is, if we're going to get to the point where we're going to cross that threshold, and it's going to get ugly and mean, let's take a time out, let's cool off, let's kind of shift where we're coming from and come back. Maybe I need to go walk around the block, come back in and handle it more effectively. It takes a lot of responsibility personally. That way, if someone doesn't keep an agreement, you can actually hold them accountable to what they agree to. You can't hold anyone accountable to your own expectation. One, it's not fair, and it's all your own nonsense. It's all your own doing. So again, we have expectations, normal, not a problem. What I'm saying is, notice them, be aware of what's going on with them, and wherever you can, be upfront and see if you can actually have a conversation to clue the person in. Let's be fair. Let's let people know what is going on, where it's appropriate, and that way they can agree as to whether they're going to participate that way in a relationship with you or not. I hope that's helpful. It's not easy, what I'm talking about, and it's not very popular because it requires a lot more effort and a lot more self-control and accountability. But that is the name of the game. So, if you want to know more about the Off the Couch program, you can go to my website, jamiegreene.la, and I'll see you next week for week number 5.